Much like anything in this world, you have to evolve and not devolve. Sun Tzu 2021. Gaming in general has evolved over time, whether it be for good or for worse. But the one thing everyone seems to glaze and try and maximize over are video game graphics. Now before I say anything else, I like good graphics. When a game looks nice, it's an awesome thing. I'm not like one of those, I only play indie games with non-realistic graphics so I can be a unique snowflake. I've never felt the touch of a woman. I respect the time that developers spent in making sure everything looks good and is well optimized so that anyone can play their game. But it gets to the point where it's like, wow, cause some of y'all game developers need to be
and give somebody else a piece of that oxygen.
I'm tired of playing my games like I'm presenting a slideshow. And when I somehow get to play the game, it's
a
the
two-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit's...
These game devs have spent so much time trying to make everything realistic that they forget they're trying to make a game and it's supposed to be fun and enjoyable to play. And it's not even about how good your PC is. Cause no matter if you got one of NASA's computer, the game is still gonna run at 30 frames a minute. These games are not optimized and end up just running like that one Spider-Man dude that streams at 10 frames a second.
See, I'm about to look into the camera and it's gonna be just okay. Like, I'm looking to the camera right now.
One great example of this is the new Silent Hill remake. No matter what PC you have, the game still runs like ass because they're trying to render objects and buildings that don't need to be rendered, cause the fog does half the work for you. If you didn't know, in the old Silent Hill, the fog wasn't there to add more suspense, even though it did help. It was mainly there to hide the limitations of not being able to render a whole city. And it's not about rendering, it's also optimizing the games. Now, I don't know anything about optimization, but what I do know is, why in the f are new COD releases so big in size? Like, all these games look the same. Why does every release add plus 20 gigabytes? Like, how is that even possible? And once you finally download the game, you have to wait more to let it download more things.
1. Download 110 gigabytes. 2. Download 10 gigabytes more. 3. Start the game. 4. Watch unskippable cutscenes. 5. Restart game because updates are required. 6. Download another 70 gigabytes because it turns out you just downloaded BO6.
Like, how much are you downloading? My PC ain't that big.
Oh, fuck.
Now, it may seem like I'm hating on games that have realistic graphics, but some of my favorite games have the best graphics
to this day.
Take Cyberpunk, for example. Yeah, the game chugs, and when I say chugs, but the art style and the visual storytelling from just walking around Night City shows me that the developers actually spent their time and effort in telling a story narratively and visually. But then there's stuff like this, when the game tries to have better graphics than their previous game. One game that comes to mind is Dying Light. Now, the first game to this day still holds up and does not look dated at all. And that's mainly because of the art style and the gritty horror experience they had for the first game. Now, the second game, it's not a bad looking game at all. It looks like something you would expect from today, and that is one of the problems. There is no art style, and even if there is, it's dated. Another example is Payday. Now, I love Payday. It is one of my favorite games of all time. The gameplay, the soundtrack, the characters. Okay, I made a whole Payday video. Just watch. Now, look at Payday 2 visually. Yes, it is dated, but something about it just feels right, especially for a heisting game. The dirty apartments in a sketchy neighborhood, a casino full of lights, a nice house in a peaceful neighborhood just fits perfectly for a game like this. Now, look at Payday 2.
Oh my god, bro.
Now, before I start talking trash about this game, I already made a whole video on it, just watch that. The art style looks good. Neon Cradle with its neon lights, a bank heist with its sleek corporate look, Under the Surface with its high-end museum look. The game has a good idea of what it needs to look like. But why does the game look plastic? Like, what is this? I've seen better graphics on Roblox. Payday 2 looks far more better consistently than Payday 3. Yes, there are sparks here and there in Payday 3 that look way better than Payday 2, but overall, Payday 2 just looks way better. And another issue is just adding way too many graphic settings. Look at Ghost Runner 1. The game already looks good and can run like butter. But Ghost Runner 2, yes, it looks good, but why the need to add all these graphic settings when the first one already looked good? I don't care if the game has all these settings to make the characters look good, because quite frankly, the characters are absolutely ass! This is a game where you're going to be spending 90% of it speeding. You're not going to have the chance to slow down and look at one grain of sand and be like, wow, this looks so realistic. I've never felt the touch of a woman. Like, what is volumetric fog quality? Ain't nobody give a fuck. And one more thing, I just want to glaze the finals again. How does a small development team manage to make one of the best FPS shooters, but also make it look good and not run like booty cheeks? The game is so well optimized, it can run on a damn microwave. I'm not even kidding. Look at this. Like, when this is happening, it's happening to everyone. It's not a mess where one person sees one thing and the other person sees something else. The game is just...
Dangling Ball 69 just started a cash out. Good job, Dangling Ball.
Now, I like games with realistic graphics, but I also like when game devs don't just rely on realistic graphics to sell you a product. I like it when these developers use different art styles to their advantage. And I'm not saying games with realistic graphics can't be different from each other. There are literal hundreds of examples of this. And at the end of the day, we enjoy games to play them and not watch them like a movie. And on one final note...
Alright kids, this better be good. I was in the forest wrestling with a bear claw when we got the call.